6 different MIG welders have the following market scores: 68, 95, 89, 69, 80, and 96. Find the mean and median of the scores and then round each answer to the 10th place. Let's go ahead and highlight the important details here and think about how to solve this problem. We have two solutions we need, don't we? We need to find first the mean and then we need to find the median. So let's recall what those terms indicate. Mean, what is mean? Mean is the same as average. And recall that when we need to find the average or the mean of a list of numbers, we're going to sum those numbers up. It's the sum. And then we're going to take that sum and we're going to divide by the number of numbers. In this case 6. In general it's by n. We might call n the number of numbers. So let's go ahead and add this list together. We've got a 68 and a 95 and an 89, a 69, an 80, and a 96. We can just add those together, punch them into your calculator if you want, and you should get a total of 497. So that's our sum, and then we need to divide that sum, 497, divided by n, or our number of numbers. In this case, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're dividing by 6, or 497 divided by 6, or 497 divided by 6, any way you want to look at that. And if you punch that into your calculator, you should get an answer of 82.833. Repeating, we want to round our answer to the 10th place. So the 10th place is where? One digit to the right of the decimal point. So we can round this. We look to the right, we see that's less than 5. So our answer rounded is going to be 82.8. So mean, the mean of this list, rounded to the 10th place, is 82.8. Now let's talk about median. Median. And what's a more common term for the word median? You think about, the way I remember this, the medial strip in a highway is in the center of the highway, in between the two opposing lanes of traffic. It's in the middle of the highway. And so median can also be sort of translated to middle. So median is the middle number in a list, and there is one important step that we need to take before we determine the middle value in a list. When we're talking about median, we need to sort the values in order from smallest to largest, or largest to smallest. And so in this case, we have a 68 as our smallest number, and then we have a 69, that's next, and an 80, an 89, a 95, and a 96. And one of the things I often do when I'm solving this type of problem is I count the numbers in my list, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I make sure that I have picked up every number in the problem list, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and sometimes if a number is repeated or if it's a longer list of numbers, we might have missed one. So we want to make sure that we have the right number of numbers before we find our median. And so our next step is going to be to find the middle of this list. We can do a process of canceling the outermost numbers and working in toward the center, so we can just cross out the leftmost and the rightmost, and then the next one in and the next one in. And we're left with two values, and actually the middle is right there in between them, isn't it? So guess what we have to do when we are working with median and we have an even number of numbers in our list. We end up with 2 in the middle. We need to take the average or mean of these two numbers. What is the average of 80 and 89? Well, we can use the same process that we just used earlier. We can say 80 plus 89, and that's going to give us 169, and then we need to divide 169 by 2 because there are two numbers, just two numbers in this list. So 169 divided by 2 turns out to be 84.5, and that is our median of this list. And if we look at this right here, does that make sense? 84.5? Yes, it does. It's exactly halfway between 80 and 89. And so the median value of this list of 6 numbers is 84.5. Now, we had the case here where we had an even number of numbers. If we had a list with an odd number of numbers, as we cancel them from the outside edges inward, we're going to be left with just one number instead of two. And so the median of an odd numbered list is just going to be that center number. It's only when the list is an even number of numbers, as we have in this case, where we're going to have to find the average of the two middle numbers to get our median. I hope this is helpful.